All right, so are you ready to become a hunter and really make the most of your LinkedIn network? I surely hope so, because we're about to get into it right now. So the first thing to bear in mind about LinkedIn before we jump into a demo of LinkedIn is that LinkedIn works off of Boolean search operators. And I'm going to talk through the first two basic operators today, which is and then or. So and is how you narrow in your search, and or is how you expand your search. So we're going to jump into LinkedIn and I'm going to show you what this means, and this will be the first step to help you really make the most of navigating LinkedIn and identifying people to connect with. Okay, so here's the home page of my LinkedIn account, and we're going to go to this search bar here and we're going to click people. Okay, so as you can see here are some people who are in my network, and you can also see that I've started playing around and sampling some searches for you. So let's get started. So say, for example, you have just graduated with a law degree and you want to get into tech, or you're really into European data privacy law. And maybe you're looking for someone to help you because maybe you have a case, or maybe you're actually looking to get into a job that specializes in European data privacy law. So some things that you can do is, for example, you're looking for particularly people with GDPR experience. So you could go legal and GDPR. So this search here is going to pull up LinkedIn profiles that anywhere in their profile has the word legal and also the word or letters of GDPR. And as you can see here, we have 58,000 results. In my network, it's mostly second and third degree connections, and you'll also prioritize your first degree connections as well. But if you didn't really care so much for actually someone being specifically on GDPR, you just know that's in the general direction of the experience that you're looking for, the kind of people that you want to connect with, you can put in or. So see here now, we've gone from 58,000 results to over 9 million results. So this is just the power of being very selective around those Boolean operators that you use and how it can expand the network or make it very specific. When it comes to networking, I always prefer to be specific and then broaden as I need to. So this is my first tip. This is the and or Boolean operators to make the most out of LinkedIn. I hope this is going to be helpful for you. I do have some more examples. So if we go, for example, say you're a data analyst and you're looking to get into some analyst positions, you could go and SQL. So this gives you 3 million results, just over 3 million results. So this is anyone in their profile who has analyst and SQL. And then if you wanted to expand that, so say you don't have SQL, but you'd like to learn it, so you'd want to connect with someone who maybe doesn't have it. And again, you're expanding your search result and you have 24 million. So there's nearly 15 million more people who have the title analyst but don't have SQL in their profiles. So you're expanding that pool again. What I will say about the results is that this is based on your first, second, and third degree connections. It is not all of LinkedIn. So the more you connect with people, the more results you're going to get over time. The smaller your network is, it's going to be a lot tighter in terms of results. I have over 6,000 connections, which is why I'm probably getting more millions compared to maybe if some of you are doing this at home and you maybe have a couple of hundred connections, you might see smaller results up here. And that's because of based on kind of the network effect and the size of your networks as well. But the more people that you add over time and connect with, and the more of a network you're going to have to search within. Final example, if we go for the engineers in who might be watching, so we want to find an engineer, and maybe the direction we want to go in is an engineer or someone with Python. 31.5 million people in my network and expanded network have either engineer or Python in their background. So like, for example, with Python, I know just from my experience, later on in the results, I could be hitting up against people who are analysts who aren't engineers. So say I absolutely needed an engineer and I absolutely needed Python as well. I would do engineer and Python. And again, so we're down to 2 million results compared to that larger number. But this is a person who is a Python software engineer specifically. So in this case, I might want to connect with Meg saying, hey, I need a Python software engineer to help me with my web app or whatever it might be. Or if you are looking to be a Python engineer eventually, you could start connecting as a student and start building that network now, versus waiting until you've graduated and you're trying to work on a job search. And good to kind of think about if you're a student starting to do this now, so you can build your network and actually have these people maybe help you with your coursework and talk about, okay, well, this is the theoretical, but what is the real life experience like? This is what I'm learning about, and kind of finding that industry mentor so that by the time you are graduating, you do have someone who's going to vouch for you and maybe introduce you to people, and it's not a last minute attempt in terms of reaching out and looking for referrals. So this is the hunter that is scoping the land and setting the traps and being very thoughtful around who they're connecting with, and they're doing it early, right? They're not going straight into the forest with their spears and their bow and arrow and just trying to catch the first thing that they see. And this kind of approach is going to be more along that, like, okay, let me check the footprints, let me check and see the wildlife and where I can go, and maybe where I can set a trap, and on top of just using the trap, I can get that final bit in there with this tool. So do this early, particularly if you're a student and you're watching this. And doing this on LinkedIn early is going to help you and have more people vouch for you and go to bat for you when you do start to hit the industry. So that was the first couple of pieces on Boolean within LinkedIn. It can go far more sophisticated than this, and you can be far more specific and sophisticated than this. So if this was helpful for you and you want to go a little bit more in depth and a little bit more deeper and really enhance that hunting technique, wait for my next video. It's going to be coming up here very soon. So I will see you then.